Okay, cam is broke in. We went a little over 20 minutes, varying the speeds, shut her down. It was a little bit warm, so we've cooled her off now. Need to top her off with some radiator fluid. Seemed to run good. I hope it. Cams are funny. They'll sound good, and then just a little bit as you drive them, they can go flat. But this one sounded really good. I didn't have anything that really concerned me. I had one cylinder that seemed a little bit cooler than other cylinders, using my radar gun here when I was doing it. But it was a forward one, and the forward ones are always cooler than the rear ones because of the fan. So I think it'll be all right. One thing we did find was, and I kind of suspected it, I pressurized, well, I actually vacuum pumped it when it was out of the, or when I had these heater hoses off. But the heater core is leaking, and it doesn't surprise me at all. I did pressure test them, and they seemed okay, but you can't ever tell till you get fluid in there and flushing through there. And it is leaking, so no big deal. Heater core, they're cheap and they're not that hard to change. They're just under the dash there. So we'll change that. You can see right now I've just bypassed it so we can run it. And I got the cam broke in. I think I'm done for the night. So tomorrow I will fine tune it. I will set the dwell, set the timing right on where it should be, and adjust the carburetor so that the idle and everything's good on it. But overall, I'm pretty pleased. It seemed to run good. It's kind of funny. I think it wanted to run. So when we started it up, it started right away. And that was good. We run it, we broke it in, we shut it down. I went and ate some dinner. I came back and the whole electrical, everything was dead on it. And I thought, well, it's either ignition switch or maybe a fuse. I checked both of them. They both seemed to be working good. And I was scratching my head. So I Googled it, and the first thing that come up was the horn relay. You ask what a horn relay has to do with it. Well, I'll tell you. Right here, so I changed battery cables on it. We got all new battery cables. This wire here goes to a terminal block that's on the radiator support here behind this battery. When I looked at it, the nut was finger tight on it, and it was backwards. It had this weird funky washer on it. I looked at it, I wired the battery cable, and then I tightened it up, and I had turned it around, but the washer was like this concave looking washer. It was weird. Anyways, they say that if there's corrosion there or anything problem there, you won't have any power to the car. And I had nothing. I had no lights, no horn, no start, no anything. So I pulled the battery, wire brushed it. I got rid of that crappy nut with the weird washer, put a new nut on, and all the power's back. Easy fix. So you gotta love those. But the car must have wanted to run because it started. It started. We had no electrical problems whatsoever when we started it up, and it ran until we shut it down, and then it gave up its connection there. Anyway, so I've started it. It seems to idle great. Like I said, we'll fine tune it, set the dwell and the timing right on where it should be tomorrow. We will adjust it to the 350 horse cam, since that's what's in it now. And I think it needs a little bit of trans fluid. We lost a little bit when we pulled these lines for the radiator, and it leaks some. It probably needs a transpan gasket and a filter change. That would take care of a lot of the leaks. So we'll do that. But I'm hoping that when we throw fluid in it tomorrow, we'll take it for a spin and see what other gremlins we got to work out on it. But overall, I call it a success. I pressed the brakes while I was running. They felt real nice and good. And of course, I haven't driven it yet, so we'll see how they feel when it's driving. But I'd give that a thumbs up for today. So it's running and no noisy lifters. And again, everyone, keep your fingers crossed that it stays that way, that this cam is now nice and broke in and will last the remainder of this car's life. So for Olson Speed Shop, ciao, and we'll talk to you later.